And today we're going to be checking out the ZD Epoxy Resin Kit. That's right, these are 2 half-gallon containers, one of epoxy resin, one of hardener for all those DIY projects, tables, to cover photographs, whatever you might want to use epoxy for, this is it. It's supposed to be ultra clear. As it says right here, UV resistant so it won't turn yellow in sunlight, safe and low odor, we will test that, easy to use, and a high gloss finish. So I think the best way to talk about this is to actually use it in an application and see what the results are. Let's get to it. Okay, so here's our little project today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this cup up to about here with epoxy resin, half B, half A, and then I'm going to hang this little guy in here upside down and let it harden, because this is a little Lego figure that my son made for me. And I want to preserve it forever because I work with a camera, so he made me a little camera guy. And we're going to let that cure. Then we're going to clean it up and see how good it looks. I don't have anything better than this cup to use as for a mold, so we're just going to make do with what we have. Now this says that you can use this for river tables, coffee tables, kitchen countertops, metallic floors, 3D floors. It's a durable finish, odorless. Just tons of pros to this stuff, but like I said, the proof is in the pudding. Let's use it and see how it comes out. Before you get started, there are rules that you should follow with this stuff as far as like humidity in the room, ambient temperature. I'm in Florida, so I know it's warm enough, but it's probably the humidity level is too high, and that can affect the clarity of your pour. Not to mention, once you pour your resin, if there's a high humidity area, it will form a white surface on the top that can be cleaned off and polished off, but just don't, I just want to make you aware of that. Now I'm going to use another one of these cups, and I'm just going to fill both of them, part A and part B, up to this line right here. Then I'm going to mix it and dump it in this cup, and then I'm going to insert this figure. We're going to let it harden, remove the figure, and see how clear it is and how well it comes out. So let's just get started. We're going to go with A first. I want to pour that in the cup. And I'm just doing this as a first timer because yes, I am a first timer. And if you were just ordering this because you were interested in the epoxy resin art and projects and you've never done it before, I'm going to show you the results you're going to get doing it out of your garage, just like I am. Now this does say that you have an operating time of 45 minutes and you can pour it twice after 4 hours. So I think if you have to add to it, you have up to 4 hours. Let's go ahead. We got the second part. All right, so now we're going to take this little fondue stick. Don't tell my wife I'm using her fondue sticks for this, but we never eat fondue. So I'm going to mix this together really, really well. You have plenty of time to get this functioning. It doesn't look very clear through the cup, but if I look down through the top, it looks very clear. All right, so I got my guy suspended in there, as you can see. I'm hoping some of the bubbles I mixed in there are going to come out. I can see them slowly rising to the top. Now, from what I looked up, I should have poured half first and then hung the figure in there how I wanted it. When I could actually use clothespins or something to hold it in position. And then once that gelled and became harder, then I could remove the clothespin and pour the other half. Rookie mistake, but we're going to leave it like this. We're going to see how it comes out, and let's hope for the best. Like I said, looking in down from the top, it's extremely, extremely clear, except for my bubbles. It doesn't look as clear from the side through the cup, but the cup isn't that clear. So, alrighty, so here's our little Lego guy. Now, unfortunately, he broke free from my little holder, and he floated up to the surface. And you can see he's all crooked now, which makes me quite sad. So that's not the epoxy's fault, that's just my fault. So what I did is I poured a whole nother layer directly on top, and it's curing. And then I read the instructions, and it says you're not supposed to go more than 1 centimeter or 10 millimeters thick. And I obviously did that by quite a lot, but it still is curing quite nicely. And if you look down, the only bubbles that are in there are actually around the object that I'm molding. I don't know how well you can see that. But yeah, this epoxy is super clear. It gets quite warm when it's curing. I guess all epoxy does. But you can see how clear it is. This line is my mess up. Yeah, other than that, I'm very, very pleased with how this epoxy turned out. Now, I hope to do better projects in the future. and not mess it up like I did this one. I don't even know if I can actually take the cup off yet because it's still warm. I think you're supposed to wait like 24 to 48 hours. But let's see what happens if we start splitting it. I'm doing this way early, so if it fails, it's on me. It's actually kind of hard. See where it's still gooey there? So now I'm going to have to correct that. So I'm going to stop right there. But I mean, look how clear it is. This stuff is super clear. Came out really nice. My poor little Lego guy, that's my fault. Like I said. But it's going to be alright. I'm going to end up just cutting it and shaping it and like making a cube around him or something like that to preserve him. But yeah, very, very good stuff. I hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.